Hi everyone. Good evening, and thanks for your time and joining our contest webinar session. So my name is Shankar Essaki. I am be part of service delivery. I am be leading complete service delivery at Contest. So been in the IT industry around 15 plus years of experience I am be having. So today we were going to be discuss majorly about the unified communication. So what is the decoding the feature of unified communication? So that is the major topic today seminar we're going to discuss. And so most of the people are aware about the communication part. So what is being the market? Because in the real world, in all those people be in any type of be in any mode of application, the reason a communication will be established. It's not only the chat instance messaging. It's about the day one we be having the phones be in the market. So the people started communicating through on a virtually. So these are some high level points before we can start. So we can go in deep and then discuss about more detail about what is unified communication, how it's be more helpful in the market right now, majorly for the business collaborations and business activities, and also how it's help for the business needs, and why unified communication is more important for the business needs. So these are the some of the agenda we having for today uh, seminar. So I've just been prescribed about the agenda of what we have for today's webinar. It's about, first I'll explain about what is a unified communication. So the persons who doesn't aware about, or maybe the wording of a unified communication is new for them, they can able to understand what is the unified communication, and then what is how the unified communication can be collaborate or incorporates with any type of tools. It's not being a unified communication, it's not being a standalone piece. It like being a, you can have an option for integrate any type of your application based on your business needs. And third one is how it is get the unified communication is get collaborated with your business, and how the unified communication work in your real-time market as well as your business needs and all everything. And majorly we be moving away from the COVID situation. That is a very good news right now. But during the COVID situation, everyone having a challenge of the business people as well as everyone to be communicate with their colleagues as well as the family members and everything. During the case, how the unified communication helped a lot in during the COVID-19. So, and how it's get trending in 2022. So even the communication part, we've been market for past years after pre-COVID as well as the post-COVID or during the COVID, we can tell about a lot of the technology improvements as collaborations has happened in the current market, and how it gets trend in 2022. And there is some industries, major industries to cover, because we are not able to cover all the industries in the market in today's seminar, but we can able to highlight some of the major verticals of industries, how the unified communication helped to grow their business during this period. And finally, our the versus brand of CONTUS MirrorFly, how as an CONTUS, the chatting, messaging, instant messaging, as well as voice and video calls, how it will be helped a lot of clients during this COVID as well as past 4 years in the business, how our MirrorFly instant messaging and voice solutions and all everything helped, and what are the significant features be available in MirrorFly. That is we going to be discussed on today's session. Finally, it's in a Q&A session, so you can raise whatever of questions you have. So we can try to answer and cover most of your questions answered during the webinar. And in case if you are not if you are not able to answer during this webinar, we'll collect all those answers and trigger you as an email. Okay. Hope the agenda is clear for everyone. let's we move on to the respective seminar topics. So first of all, we can kickstart with the what is unified communication. So mostly the wording of unified communication will given a more brief as well as explanation about what is unified communication. So communication is our the day-to-day basis everywhere, even the physically as well as virtually. The people try to share some information. It's like in a business need as well as a personal need. You require some application mode to transfer. If you've been virtually want to convey some details or business projects needs and all everything, either you have to use the phone calls or the instance messaging, either for a more advanced right now like in a video as well as a voice call. We can able to synchronize the communication between the users. So what is unified then? Why we calling it like in a unified communication? When we have a multiple type of collaborations like in a instance messaging as well as the voice, video call and phone calls and everything, as well as the files which will explain of some of your project benefits or any type of business needs. All these things we can able to collate as well as collaborate on a single place within a single tool, and that is we call like in a unified communications, where the complete real-time conversation through on a virtually whatever we doing that we can able to unified as well as collaborated in a single tool. That is where the unified communications will be coming to the picture. So in current trend in the market, the business of unified communications growth very highly. It's like we can say like in another 5 years of in the market, the unified communication growth, it's like $69.93 billion of revenues we can. So which is like more than 100% from the current trend. So the unified communication definitely it's going to be a major trend, and also the major the productivity wise as well as the cost wise will help the business needs. There is no doubts on that. That's why we want to cover the unified communication today topic to make sure all our colleagues as well as the clients who are all in the market, they can able to understand how it's important for their business and how it's helpful more for their business growth and all everything. That is we going to be cover over here. Hope I think the explanation for the unified communication be clear for everyone. Let's we move on to the how it's going to be incorporated. So first of all, what are the things we can consider like in a unified communication? So some of the points which have been highlighted like in a chat, instance messaging, as well as the presence and the email application and mobility and file sharing, video and directory. It's like in a directory which we can call like in a document collaborations and all, as well as some of the voice assistant through a conferencing. So let's we go one by one. First of all, the call control communication model. So in real world, we can able to see a lot of calls relevant to the business lead, like in a marketing calls or any type of calls, which can be controlled through on a system in a single communication models. And presence, even we be connecting through on a virtual mode of communications. We can need to understand the presence of the users, whether he's been available or not be available. So based on that, we can able to understand, we can expect the acknowledgement or a reply from them and instant model. As third one, it's like an instance messaging. So I think mostly everyone be connected through an instant messaging application, both personal needs as well as the business needs nowadays, because it will help the users to be communicate as in a real time, and then get an acknowledgement as well as the replies quickly through an instant messaging, which help them to be collaborate more quickly on their communications part. And speech access as well as personal assistance. These are some of the things we can able to see in current trend in recent days. Whatever, if you want to understand about without any other dependencies, the automatic messaging as well as personal assistance about the routing or any places, the personal assistant and speech access will be helpful more. And conferencing part, like audio and video conferencing, if you want to collaborate with your team or it's a one-to-one through an even though it's virtual, you want like in a presence of the peoples to be more lively, so we can use like in a conferencing model. And file sharing, in earlier days, the documents, everything, the people has to be created on their own system, and then either they can send it through an email. After this reply back, it's something like in a monolithic model. Nowadays we can see like in a lot of file sharing model, so instantly the people, more than a people, can work together and prepare documentations and then share and get enough feedback over there. So all these things, it's like the mode of communication at any places, like any type of applications you have based on your business needs, it can be integrated as a piece of modules, as well as the group of modules can be integrated on your applications. So this will help the business people to increase their productivity of the company, as well as the resources, and understand the resources where they're standing, and how the projects works going on, as well as the business points is going on, and everything they can able to understand clearly, as well as it will be in a very cost effective. The reason behind is everything, all these tools being work under the cloud environment, so it doesn't need to be maintained any type of servers or anything physically over here. So through on a cloud, you can able to manage, which is morely is more cost effective for your business needs. Okay. Let's move on to the business collaborations. How the unified communications will lead to the business collaborations. So mostly in the last slide, we discussed about what are the functionality tools we mostly used for integration purpose and all everything. Now we mostly discuss about the business collaborations. So in organization level, you can in the recent days, you can see the people be working from anywhere. So there is no need for the people to be having in the office to be work. So everything the people need to be work from anywhere, their home or any type of places they can do that. Then how the business needs will be move on to that by using this unified communication. So some of the mode of communications we have like in a group chat. If you have a team members, complete team members, and we can have a group chat for through an instance messaging, and also they can able to take calls, the scrum calls and the daily huddles and everything through an audio and video conferencing calls, to make sure even though they be connecting from virtually, it will be given the real-time updates and all everything. So that is the where we can have an organization collaboration, even though the people will not be work from office cases. And we can ensure that the virtual access, so even we be providing everything, there isn't a chance for some people raise a question, have a question like if everything is like have a virtual access, how we ensure that the security aspects as well as collaboration aspects and all everything. So the cloud aspects and everything, it's like when a completely in a secured way of communications. So the people who have a real-time access for collaborating the files or messaging to their colleagues and all everything, only the people who have an access, they can able to manage the communication completely. Apart from this, there is no chance for anyone outside of their network can able to see or view their documents or anything cannot be possible. It's completely in a secure way of communications. So that's the major reason the success of unified communications in the market, even though the people be accessing everything as in a virtual mode. And the economical wise, so the cost wise, how it's be more effective and how it's more flexible for the people, because they be develop the application in their own systems and everything and different types of platforms. But even though how it will be more helpful, if the third party apps, whatever on demand in the market, there is no redundancies over there, and also everything like in a very affordable cost. You doesn't need to be spend more, even if you compare with your the physical permit server, the cost compared to that, it will be more cheaper than the third party services whatever we providing for the business collaborations tools, like in a all type of third party apps. And the earlier I mentioned, right, the compliance of rigidity and security, and it's everything like being a completely in on control. There is no chance for the people to be access from outside, and there is no chance for the data leakages and all everything, because it's completely in a security that is encryptions mode of accessing. So there is no chance for anyone can be in a access from outside of your organization anything over there. And the architectures and everything, it's be completely in a composable way. How we can say, even though if you are the business, based on your business needs, the people's may increase or people's may decrease based on your the people accessing level. The architecture as well as the spaces and everything from the server side, it will be completely be in a composable based on your usages and all everything. So collaborations wise, business needs and all everything, the unified communication accessing, it's everything. It will be in a very productivity way, as well as your business cost and everything will be in a more flexible one in the market. Now we move on to the how does UZ work majorly. So in current market, we have like in a unified communications. So all type of the tools we have like in a, it's a tailor-made user interface. It's not be defined or it's like being a any be hard-coded relevant interfaces. So based on your business needs and all, you can able to customize as well as you can able to modify whatever your needs based on your application needs as well as the business needs. And the applications as well as the SDK and APIs and everything, it's a very uh, it can be easily integrated in any type of platforms. Is built in within a modular architecture as well as standard APIs architectures. So you can see a lot of APIs and SDKs available with all type of functionalities, which can be completely customizable on your business needs. It's not been anything like been a restricted mode. Only the defined functionality you can utilize for the chat applications or any type of conference application. Say for an example, if you have an you're planning to integrate on any instant messaging with your application, but in between, if you like to have some customization based on your needs, so at the time the SDKs as well as the APIs, whatever available, it can be easily modified based on your needs. It will be very easy for them to be modified there based on their needs. And infrastructures and hardware recommend, it's nothing I need to be managed completely from the end user's perspective. It can be managed by the service provider who are all providing the SDKs or APIs or any type of communications tools. They can manage on their own hardware environments as well as recommends and everything they can handle on their own. So there is no zero cost of maintenance from the end users. They just be plug and play their APIs as well as SDK within their application, and then on the right they can move on to their market. So the development process as well as the maintenance process and everything is be cut it down when it goes to the that is cloud-based UC unified communications tools. Okay, I think yeah, we sent one poll trigger to the poll to anyone like to spend some time. It's about where do you think UCAS could be adapted at any type of industries. You have an options for healthcare industry or business industries, and banking and finances, marketplace, gaming and fitness. So you just spend up some time to be put on a poll on there, so they help you to understand where the people be more interested on unified communication, or where they can see more on the unified communications in the market. Okay, let's me move on to the next topic. So this is one more interesting point. We can see like an unified communication during COVID-19. So before the COVID situation, the unified communication, it's like been a chatting application or call application. It's part of one of their business needs. But after during the COVID, it's been a mandatory for all type of businesses to be connect through on a remotely, because everyone need to be in a connect through on remotely. There is a way of need of the communication model to collaborate their business as well as the move on the business during the COVID situation. So during this time, the connectivity as well as the communications will be the key to make sure to run their businesses. So during the case of COVID, we can see a lot of tools be in the market for an direct support as well as connectivity, and then portability for the remote workers who have been working virtually during the COVID situation, and then they need to be collaborate with their projects needs and all everything. So during COVID, the unified communication tools help a lot for the people to be collaborate and then move their business towards the success mode. And major cases during this COVID is about the streaming and then conferencing and live calling. So which will help them to be collaborate with their team members quickly and then get an input as even though they'll be virtual, and move towards the business towards the right direction. And the final one, it's about the UCAS. The UCAS is the post-pandemic business ritual. What we can say, it's like UCAS is a unified communication as services. So all these cases, we have we can see all this type of SDKs, APIs, or the call SDKs, anything. We can have like a separate plugins. So now the UCAS will be after the post-pandemic. It will be in a mandate for everyone. It's like a single tool can be managed all type of services. That is what they called as a unified communication as a services. That is the single subscription that can able to manage all type of the communications like messaging, and then chatting up, that is calls, audio and video conferencing, and also the file sharings and all everything on a single services. It will help to synchronize all type of the projects needs through a remote conversation and collaborating in businesses. So now the next market completely towards the UCAS. It's like a unified communication as a services. So which will help to collaborate within a real-time tools across all type of the communications modes. Now we moving towards what will be the future, that is like UC trends in 2022. So far we've been seeing everything. It's like been the messaging as well as chat and then calls and then emailing systems and all everything. Now what is the trends right now in 2022? How the people try to move the unified communication towards the next level? It's majorly you can see the AR and AI VR tools and asynchronous videos and AI automations and language translations. These are some of the enhanced business communication, which most of the people try to work towards these tools to move the next level of unified communication, to adapt their businesses to the next levels. And by rise of the UCAS adoption, the business conversations as well as secure hosting and adapting practices, that is the next level of improvements you can see in the 2022. And then data driven analytics. So all these cases, without the analytics, we cannot able to that is drive the businesses to the next level. So the data driven analytics will be the next level of uses that will be trending in the market. And SIP tracking call. So SIP trunking and multimedia channels access and all everything. This is something the real-time communication. So hope the SIP trunking call have a little bit overview. So some of the people that have a new to this particular area. The SIP trunking call, it's like as we have a conferencing, video, audio conferencing and all everything. As like a mobile, that is a phone calls, we can able to make a call through the mobile application or any type of web application. You can able to dial the phone number. You can call from the mobile or web application to the real-time mobile phones by dialing the numbers. So these are something it will be going to be interact with the UC trends in the 2022. We can moreover it's like business across vertical, that is how the unified communication so major industries will be value added in recent days and upcoming years also how it's going to be value added. So we took like the major industries in the market in the real time that people also be more interacted with these areas like healthcare, education industries, and then enterprises, and we have a gaming, marketplaces, and banking and finances. These are the major industries we have been going to discuss how it's going to be more helpful in the market with the help of unified communication. So more or everyone be in the situation of seeing like in a healthcare industry will be growing a lot. It's in earlier dates, it's like when we need to be go to the hospital and then need to be wait for the appointment for the doctors, and then we need to spend more time and then get a consultation from the doctors. Now after the unified communication in the market as a vertical, we have like virtual connect. So it's like one-to-one teleconsulting through on a video conferencing. So it will save a lot of time as well as the cost for both the doctors as well as the patients who looking for the consultations and all everything. And we can have like in a pre as well as a post diagnostic supports, since all our records and everything be virtually recorded and will be saved in the cloud. So whenever you are going for a consultation through online to the doctors, all your details will be your based on your pre-records and all everything get loaded. So it will be easy for the doctors to understand your pre-records, and then they can able to the consult for the further prescriptions and all everything. And you can have a real-time monitoring system, able to understand where you are about your health conditions and what type of diagnostics you have and everything. And electronic medical record, as I earlier mentioned, all these records it's not been stored in the papers. It's like been stored in the cloud environment in electronic mode. So at any time you can able to easily access, and then doctors also refer it. Even if you're planning for switching to the different types of consultation, these EMR records will be helpful for you to understand your pre-records. And remote contact center, so it will help for supports at any cases. You can able to contact at any time and get any type of assistance over there. So by comparing the healthcare industries on previous days after the UC, there is a lot of improvements in the healthcare industries, and it will help a lot of time saving for the peoples, as well as record management, as well as easy access of their records, and that at any time they can understand where they're standing and what type of next level of diagnostic supports they require. They can able to easily understand for you. And the education industries, so everyone be aware like after during the COVID, the education industries completely move on to the remote base. So we have a lot of features for the education industries during this pandemic, like in a digital whiteboards and e-learning sessions with a group chat and video calls, and webinars we have, and polls, chats, and surveys, and recording, and then dashboards. So education part you can cover. So mostly the exams and evaluations and everything happen through an online for the students. So it will help more during this pandemic to continue their career without any gaps over this period of time. And enterprises cases, even for the IT industries or any type of industries, the cross-platform communication will be more value added. And then virtual calling experiences, voice and video call, even though they're virtual, there isn't a real-time access. Users can able to see on real-time chats or in real-time discussions they can do. It will help to collaborate their business and then improve their business productivities and all everything. And CRM integrations and call routing. So any type of CRMs, it can be integrated easily. And then the call routings, managements and everything can be managed. And finally, it's like in a more secure way. So all these activities, that is functional behaviors and change in their existing flow, everything it's like in a secure in communication hub. So without the security, there is it's not been a success in the market. Since it's a more secured way, it will be more success and then moving towards the next level using. Okay. Now, gaming, we can see in a lot of gaming application in the market. So earlier days, it's just been a instant that is gaming community, that is gaming application will be there, but there is no real time people to communicate during their application during the gaming part. Now all the gaming application mostly coming with an in-app chat as well as voice transfer, voice communications and all everything, which will help the people to communicate instantly, and then they can enjoy the game during their application mode. And a lot of features be enhanced, and the AR as well as the AI and the virtual communities and everything be improvising in the gaming application, which will given the end users to be in a instance field to be use their gaming applications. So in that chat experience will be there, and then online and offline players and broadcast of documents, socials in in-app events. So everything it will be in the gaming application right now, which will help the people to be more interactive during their gaming part, and make sure there is the next level of movements towards the gaming application by using the AR and AIs towards that. And marketplace, and it's like been a lot of the third parties, whatever we mentioned, it's a mostly huge number of the people be providing like an instance messaging and video based shoppings and dedicated customer assessment. If be something the people try to make a shopping through an online, if they want to have a real-time experiences, they can do on a video based shopping. And then the dedicated customer assistance, whenever they have some queries, since they are not been real-time to the shop, when they connect through on a virtually to purchase something, there is a dedicated customer assistant. The people can raise any type of questions through online and get assist from them before they make any purchases. And high-grade call security and call recording to make sure the customer been fully satisfied with the communication part as well as the shoppings, whatever they do through an online basis. So finally, it's like in a banking and finance. It's like in a more secured security part to make sure, because the people's managing all their financials areas through these applications, through an online banking or any type of application by communicating through their customer assistance through the banking sectors as well as the finance. So the multi-channel and then streamlined customer interactions in the banking and finance application nowadays, and availabilities of the application as well as the assistance in the 24/7 through an instance messaging or through a calls at any time, and instance alerts, and then internal communication and secure file store transfer as well as the data storages. So these are the some of the functionality which will help the banking and finance areas to run their businesses through and remotely, as well as make the customers as more satisfied at any success. Finally, we have been, as I mentioned, like in earlier, we have like with the CONTUS having like a unified communication model for one of our major product like MirrorFly. So to whom we've been serviced towards in the past 4 years, or some of the major customer already in the market who have been using our product. So these are some of the customer highlights. This is how we can help a lot by using the unified communication model to help to increase their business opportunities in the market. And these are some of the major clients I've been highlighted. Apart from this, there is a lot of clients we have been already in the market. So few clients I just be elaborate over here. So TrueID is a Thailand-based telecommunication company, one of our leading telecommunication provider. So we provided the instance messaging application as well as the audio as well as the video conferencing application for them. So they have their own application where they can integrate our MirrorFly solution to communicate their end customer with their customer support to improve their businesses and understand from their business perspective as a service perspective where they need to be improved much. So we be provided the solution, and they've been a success in the market and particular land industries. And there is millions of users be already be using the applications in the market right now. So TrueID is everyone. It's like one of a leading telecommunication provider. So the security aspects and architecture aspects, everything we set on their flexibilities and make sure at the end of the day there is no there is an impact on their current architectures and all. And we've been on top of that, we provided the SIP trunk call solution also for the TrueID solutions. So they already have millions of users in the market who've been using the TrueID applications right now. And ICICI Bank, it's our domestic banking provider, one of the leading banking provider. Most of the people are aware about in the Indian market over there. We provided the instance messaging and calling solution as well as conferencing solution to them to for their enterprises people within their ICICIs. Around more than 10 lakhs people can be collaborate and then discuss, that is communicating within their organization. We developed an app with an instance messaging as well as the calling functionality and provided to them. It will be success to their market, and then they will start elaborating to the all type of application with our instance messaging. And they have more than 100 application for the financial sector as well as the HR management sectors and everything. They will be first launched with their enterprises app, and based on the success, they're planning to integrate it to the all type of applications within their ICICI Bank limit. Okay, and the travel square. Okay, so the travel square. So everyone be aware of like in a lot of the travel relevant application like in Agoda and then Make My Trip. As like that, we have a travel square. It's one of the leading travel assistant, that is hotel booking as well as tour packages bookings and everything be in the market. So we provided the complete solution for the travel square, the complete communication mode in a web application as well as the mobile application, Android, iOS, all type of applications. We integrated the messaging solution as well as the call functionalities. Moreover, about the file sharing functionalities as well as the email systems and everything, we be provided the end-to-end solution to the travel square for their customer to communicate with the travel agent directly, and they can book their hotels and all everything through a messaging application, and then the instant update about their availabilities and all everything, the hotel rooms availability, and then the alerts towards their bookings and all everything, it will be completely managed by our MirrorFly applications. And Cellcard, it's one more telecommunication provider in Cambodia country. So as like True ID, we provided the complete communication relevant solution for the Cellcard. And Etisalat as well as STC and Llama, all are a Middle East provider. So everyone have aware about whenever we go for a Middle East, we have a challenge for the video as well as the audio conferencing. The reason behind that, they are the own the country rules and all everything. With the help of their network providers and all everything, we gotten a proper approval from their country management, and we enhanced the calls as well as video as well as audio call functionality with their existing application. They already have their own application. We provided our SDKs as well as APIs and help them to be integrated on them, and then to run on the business on success mode. And MyGate, it's on the second, the domestic community-based chat application. We provided the solution as like in a chat as well as the calls to them to enhance the communication within their community. And it will be launched, and mostly in using more than millions of users be using the chat as well as the calls application in the current market. And Fitter is a fitness-based application. It's an Indian-based application for their coach as well as the end users can able to communicate through an online virtually and assist for their health growth and all everything. And finally, we have an Iconics technology. It's like an Australian-based provider, and they be providing a lot of solution to their Australian government for the communication aspect, the alert mechanism, and all these cases we be integrated on their own application. They already have their CRM application and then Active Directory based application. We be collaborated with their application to enhance the communication within their employees as well as the outside of their vendors communications and all everything we be established over here. So these are the some of the use cases we be having, which will be major in our market. Apart from this, we have done more than 100 plus solutions to the end market users, and mostly all those people have been in a market and successfully running the business on the market right now. So finally, we come to the end of this session. So moreover, I hope the unified communications, how it will be helped in the market, and how it will be value added, how it's going to be important for their business collaborations and all everything. It can be covered during the session. If you have been any questions, you can raise it up. So we'll be happy to answer within our time limit. So you can raise any of your, if you have any questions over here. Some people are raising their hand. I just simply type your question and send to us, so we can read and answer your questions over here. Okay, I have been started seeing a few questions to be raised. So first point raised by Saravan, Mr. Saravan. So what benefits does unified communication is offer? Okay, so the unified communications, the benefits we can see, like you can have like better productivity. First of all, the resource productivity will be in more better, and then the cost effective. So when you have, you it doesn't need to be managed anything on your on premises. Everything can be managed through a cloud. So it will be more cost effective. And then when you have a virtual connect, the collaborations and everything, it be managed in a single place. You doesn't need to be validated in different places. You can manage everything to be in a single places. So these are some of the benefits as well as the offers we can see in unified communication. Yep. The next question I can see from Amit Saraswat. So your question will be, and I see now cloud is almost taking over on-premises technologies. So is it secure for us to see ourselves in UZ domain? Yes, definitely, Amit Sarath. So there is no doubt on that. So even though the cloud will be come everything, whenever we have a technology to be in a market right now in the cloud or anything, no one can be compromised within a security part. If the application in the market without the security aspects, so definitely they will not be a success. So all the business owners will keep that in mind at every time before they be launching the application at any type of communication or any type of application. They will keep the security as a key as a first point. After they be satisfied with as well as satisfied with their security part, then only they will be start launching. So there is no doubt about the security aspects, even though been moving over on premises technologies. Okay, I'm be on the third question from Mr. Thiagu. So been I'm using WhatsApp and Telegram from chat and calls. How Qantas MirrorFly differ from this application? Okay, it's a very good question, Mr. Thiagu. So WhatsApp and Telegram, these are some of the social aspects chat application. Okay, so you can utilize that using for your personal need. How it's MirrorFly is differ from them is MirrorFly is completely in a customizable model. When you have using a WhatsApp business model, you need to be utilized on their functions. You cannot be able to customize on your own. But MirrorFly is completely in customizable model. Based on your business needs, you can able to customize it on 100%. So this is the major difference comparing with WhatsApp and Telegram or Instagram, any type of chat application. So MirrorFly will be always be value added for their business need. They can customize on their own needs. And another question from Mr. Hafiz. Can you tell how secure is our data in your product? Yeah. See, in MirrorFly, the security aspects, we be using a high-end security part for communicating the messaging as well as the calls between the users. So whenever the message will be transferred, say for the real-time example, I can say if Mr. Hafiz will be sending a message to me through our network, it will be completely managed through a public as well as the private key model. So, and even though is there any attacker in between, without those keys, they cannot able to view the messages at any cases. So those keys will be randomly generated on each and every times. So there is no chance for in between attack and gather our chat information. And after the message will be transferred to the end user, once it's get acknowledged, we will not be storing any type of information over here. We all once the message acknowledgement or message acknowledgement received from the end users as like and it's delivered, will be completely removed from our database. At any cases, even though it will be stored in cases based on some customer needs, business needs, if we storing in the database, it will be in a completely in encrypted mode. So there is no chance for anyone, even though they have an access to the complete backend application, the messages or any type of files, they can able to view it in any type of modes. Thank you, Sarafis, requesting. Okay, one more questions. Okay. From Arpit, Star Arpit, can we use MirrorFly to provide personal communication solutions similar to WhatsApp, etc.? Yes, that can be possible, Star Arpit. So MirrorFly, it's not be restricted only for the enterprise solution. One of few customers I can showcase like on our Llama and everyone, they'll be launched in Saudi as well as the UAE countries as like in a competitor of WhatsApp, like in a chat application. So it can be used for the social media applications also. And another question from Deepika Ram. Yeah, all unified communication cloud-based services. Yes, all the unified communication will be in cloud-based services right now. So there is no on-premises solution currently in market right now. Everything will be in a cloud-based. So by the cloud only, we can able to collaborate the files as well as the communications and everything on instance mode. Okay, and I think one more question from Satyagu. Thanks for your answer. When you say customization, will you provide us the source file access for custom development? Yes, it's we can provide the custom development support as well as we provide the source file to the customers. They can able to do their own if they have the development teams on their end, they can do the functional changes based on their business needs on our code. And more question from Mr. Arun. Since blockchain is ruling the secure way of communication in the existing chat application, how about the MirrorFly? Is MirrorFly adapting the blockchain security system? We've been working for this particular area about the blockchain security system because we have been done already the signal protocol security aspects and all everything we have been done. Your question is a more valid, Arun. The blockchain security system, we are in a phase of doing review as well as R&D over there. How we can able to incorporate that in current trend and all everything we be working on. So when we have an update, we'll keep you posted about those security aspects to the. Okay, and a question from Mr. Muhammad Afnan. How unified communication solution is suitable for small and medium companies? Yep. See, so one of the point which I've been mentioned during our topic, like is moreover it's a cost effective one. It's not about it's a standard cost will be set it up. It's not been a huge cost. So small and as well as the medium companies can able to utilize the unified communication based on their the business needs. So majorly, I can say if in a small company, it's like 100 members of companies, They doesn't need to be purchase of thousands of dollars over here. The reason some plans can be easily adapt as for their budget. Within their budget, they can able to easily integrate and incorporate all type of communications with their existing system. So it's either way, it's in a small or medium. Based on the usage only, they're going to be a pay on model. So I can see yes, it will be more suitable for small as well as the medium type of companies. See, I think one more question from Arpita Karwa. In continuous to my previous question for personal communication solution, what type of business model does MirrorFly offers to corporate customers? Will it be possible to answer here? Yep. See, for the personal communication solution, it's a business model. It's like an end user. You've been morely asked us about the B2C market or like in a B2B market. Could you prescribe more about that? Then it will be helpful for me to be answer exactly what you'll be required. Okay. See, MirrorFly will not be like in a B2C market. We provide like in a B2B market majorly, because the customer can be purchase our product and then they can be able to launch on their business needs. So MirrorFly will, at these cases, will not be provide any solution to the B2C market directly. Hope it answers. Yep, with Agarwal, yes. So your question is yes. So basically, in B2B model, where any company uses your software, yes, yeah. So any type of business application they have, they can purchase our MirrorFly product, and then they can integrate it on their solutions over here. Okay. So one more question from Mr. Akram Shah. One of the client is using Twilio, and how easy to switch MirrorFly from Twilio? Yep, we that is an compared to Twilio, so we not. It will be more easy steps we be providing. Even you can see in MirrorFly website, we provided very simple steps as well as the UI kits and all everything. In any type of developers, even the beginners of developers can able to understand it clearly, and then they can able to integrate with an application. It's irrespective of it's an Twilio or any type of messaging application they be using right now. They can downgrade as well as integrate MirrorFly application. It will be more easier for them. I think most of all the type of questions have been answered. We have been closing towards a session, and thanks everyone for your time and understanding as well as listening our points and raising the queries and get clarified over here. For more queries, you can connect through a bd at contus.in. We've been happy to answer all of your questions, and any type of solution needs, you can approach us. We can able to provide as well as your business operations as well as business improvements and everything. We can help you and support you with that. Thanks again for everyone time. Have a good day. Thank you.